Hello, my name is Denis Desilets. As chair of the National Volunteers Award Committee, I am pleased to welcome you to today's ceremony, and I thank you for joining us. I will be your co-host today, along with José Payan, Director of Governance. Nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue dans le cadre de cette cérémonie très spéciale. Je tiens à souligner que je vous parle du territoire des Premières Nations Atikamekw, Abénaquis et Huron-Wendat, qui a longtemps servi de lieu de rassemblement et d'échange entre les nations. I would like to begin by acknowledging I am on the traditional territory of the Atikamekw, Abénaquis, and Huron-Wendat First Nations. I recognize, honor, and respect the presence of Indigenous people, past, present, and future. Today, we are proud to honor our 2023 recipients of the Order of the Red Cross. This is the highest honor a volunteer can receive at the Canadian Red Cross. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our awards recipient, as well as their families and friends who are here to cheer on their loved ones. I am now turning things over to my co-host, José.
Bonjour, je tiens à souligner que je vous parle du territoire traditionnel non cédé des Kanyen'kehá:ka Mohawk, qui a longtemps servi de lieu de rassemblement et d'échange entre les nations. I respectfully acknowledge that I'm coming to you from the unceded traditional territory of the Kanyen'kehá:ka Mohawk, which has long served as a gathering place between nations. We encourage each of you to reflect on the way you benefit from being on the indigenous land on which you live. J'ai le grand plaisir aujourd'hui de vous présenter la présidente du conseil d'administration, Madame Miranda Hobbs, notre chef des ressources humaines et secrétaire corporative, Mme Anne Clancy, ainsi que de saluer mes collègues, les vice-présidentes et vice-présidents régionaux, les membres de notre équipe responsable de l'expérience et de l'engagement des bénévoles, des membres des comités régionaux et du comité national des reconnaissances, ainsi que plusieurs membres de notre conseil d'administration. Joining us today is our board director chair, Miranda Hobbs, our Chief of Staff and Corporate Secretary Anne Clancy, my colleagues, Vice President, Regional Vice Presidents, members of our Volunteer Experience and Engagement team, and our National and Geographic Awards Committee members, as well as many members from our Board of Directors. Welcome to you all. It is so wonderful to welcome many family members, colleagues, and friends of this year's recipients. It is also a pleasure to have many of Order of the Red Cross recipients in attendance today. If you are a previous Order of the Red Cross recipient, I invite you to take a moment and type your name and the year you received the Order of the Red Cross into the chat function. Anne, over to you. I invite you to say a few words.
Thank you, José and Denis, and welcome everyone to this virtual Order of the Red Cross event. Merci, José et Denis. Bonjour tout le monde. Conrad Sauvé has asked me to pass along his apologies. He was here this morning, but has run into some technical difficulties. So I am pleased to fill in because technology is not always our friend. Each year, the Canadian Red Cross celebrates volunteers from across the country for their exceptional dedication and commitment to helping others in their communities. The Order of Red Cross is our most prestigious award, which recognizes extraordinary people who have provided outstanding humanitarian service at home, across Canada, and overseas. Only a handful of these awards are given out each year. I offer my sincere congratulations on behalf of Conrad as well to the individuals who will join the Order of Red Cross today. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Miranda Hobbs, Chair of our Board of Directors. Miranda, over to you.
Thank you, Anne, and thank you all for being part of this special occasion. Merci à toutes et à tous de participer à cette occasion spéciale. Once again, this past year has been a challenging one as we've continued to move on past the pandemic and have faced numerous emergency responses from coast to coast to coast. With thanks to the support of almost 15,000 Red Cross volunteers, we've been able to continue helping people and communities in Canada in times of need. And in many cases, we've helped them become even stronger. Which brings us to why we're here today. And this is truly the best part of my job, to be able to meet, celebrate, and thank you. Each of you represents the best of what the Red Cross has to offer. As volunteers for the organization, your commitment, your compassion for others, your demonstrations of humanity are what make the world a better place. Thank you for being part of the Red Cross team, and thank you for everything that you've done to help those we serve. And thank you to your families who've enabled you to spend your time with us.
Merci beaucoup, Miranda. We will now briefly explain how we will proceed for this ceremony. We will begin by conferring an award to one volunteer who has not been yet presented with their award. Once that author is confirmed, then each of the other 2023 Order of the Red Cross recipients will be introduced and recognized by local representative, after which our newest member of the Order of the Red Cross will be given the chance to say a few words, which they may or may not choose to do. Et maintenant, sans plus tarder, que la cérémonie commence. We begin today with John Pownall from Ontario. I'll ask Leanne Fernandez, Vice President for Ontario, to please introduce us to John. After the introduction, as Miranda reads the word to confer John, Pamela Ryback, Site Manager from York Region, is welcome to pin the medal on John's right side. Leanne, over to you.
Thank you. Since joining the Red Cross in 1995, John has filled several positions in the organization and is currently one of the longest serving ERT supervisors in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. John is a natural leader and mentor to other volunteers, both new and existing, and when not participating in an active response, John gives his time in supporting emergency preparedness efforts, helping others learn what it means to be ready. Thank you for all that you bring to the Red Cross, John. Miranda, over to you.
By the authority conferred upon me by the Board of Directors of the Canadian Red Cross Society, I do now create, make, and confirm you a member of the Order of the Red Cross. I'd now like to invite Pamela Ryback to pin on John's medal. Wonderful. John, congratulations. Thank you so much. And would you like to say a few words?
It took a lot more than a couple of minutes in order to get to this point. My parents were first deployed in 1951, just before I was born. They spent an entire year on the west coast of Newfoundland delivering dental services. And since that time, I've been able to continue the work that they started with, and I've done an incredible number of things, been in an incredible number of circumstances that have enriched me in ways I can never describe. So thank you very much for this award. I'll treasure it, and I'll turn things back to you. Okay, I think I'm done.
Congratulations, John. For the rest of the ceremony, we'll move from west to east. So off we go to British Columbia, as I now invite Vice President Pat Queally to recognize the impact of two volunteers from British Columbia. Over to you, Pat.
Merci, José. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. Joining you from the traditional territory of the Chanu First Nation here on the southern tip of Vancouver Island. To start with, it's my extreme pleasure to introduce you to one of our help volunteers, Mary Schmelzel. Mary goes above and beyond as a volunteer within the Health Equipment Loan Program. On many occasions, Mary has been the person that travels to many other depots across very difficult terrain in southern British Columbia to ensure that we retain our depots open and that our clients are served. Mary's countless hours of service within her community have made a meaningful difference in the lives around her, and she truly embodies that fundamental principle of volunteerism. We had the pleasure of conferring the Order of Red Cross to Mary in Creston earlier in September. It is now my great pleasure that we recognize you here today, Mary. Miranda?
Thanks, Pat. And yeah, I was able to hear about more of Mary's stories in September at that local ceremony. Very well deserved. So Mary, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of the Red Cross. I invite you to say a few words.
Good morning from snowy BC. I've really enjoyed my involvement with the Red Cross. Initially, I volunteered with the blood donor clinics in Prince George, and now with the health equipment loan program here in Creston. I have made many lifelong friends during these years with the Red Cross. It always amazes me when people come to our depot to borrow equipment and learn that they didn't know we even existed. They are so grateful to have this service available. I remember when I was doing the blood donor clinics in Prince George, people would have no problem waiting for hours to donate. We moved from Prince George to Creston, and I saw an ad in the paper for a volunteer for the health program, which is Health Equipment Loan Program, and that they needed volunteers. I decided it would be a great way to get involved in my new community. I can hardly believe that was 27 years ago. We are still going strong 3 days a week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary, so much, and congratulations again. It's at this time I'd like to shift to welcome and introduce our next Order of Red Cross recipient for British Columbia, Paula Tulin. Paula has been a tireless champion for water safety and worked to enhance practices in the aquatics industry. Her dedication for ensuring people are safe in, on, and around the water has made a difference in countless pools across the country, and even as far away as China, where Paula played a pivotal role in the Chinese Water Safety Initiative. We had the pleasure of honoring and recognizing Paula and conferring her Order of Red Cross in Delta last month. And I think I saw Barbara, her mother, joining us here today. So it's my extreme pleasure to recognize Paula on behalf of your colleagues in British Columbia and Yukon region. Miranda?
Thank you. And Paula, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. I invite you to say a few words now.
Thank you so much. Excuse me. I am so completely honored for this recognition of the volunteer service. I am been with the Red Cross since 1995, and I can honestly say that it has changed my life in so many positive ways, from the colleagues that I've met to the true family and friends that I've created over the years with the many opportunities that have been afforded me from the Canadian Red Cross. I'm very, very saddened today that I will not be continuing with the water safety program. I think it had brought so much to the Canadians across the country and in China that I was able to participate in. But I look forward to the many other opportunities that I have with my continued service to the Canadian Red Cross as a volunteer. The organization and its humanitarian efforts mean so much to me, and I am truly honored by this award. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula, and congratulations again. Now over to Alberta. I am pleased to invite Vice President Chu Parmar to introduce Dr. Tom Jackson. Chu?
Thanks, Denis, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today, coming from Treaty 6 territory. I feel privileged in the short time that I've been here at the Red Cross to be at both recipients' award ceremonies in person. Today, I am pleased to introduce Dr. Tom Jackson. Dr. Tom Jackson has spent countless hours advocating for the Red Cross, encouraging philanthropic giving and volunteerism, and promoting the profile of the Red Cross from coast to coast to coast. In spite of his busy schedule, he has been in the community with Red Cross teams during some of the most challenging times, bringing a sense of hope calm, respect, and a voice to those who may be feeling completely overwhelmed by crisis. Tom, we're grateful for all you've contributed. Congratulations. Over to you, Miranda.
Thank you. And Dr. Tom Jackson, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. And Tom, first I have a personal thank you as well. You've always said, you've always been there for our Tiffany Circle events and been very generous with your time. So I'm going to invite you to say a few words now.
Thank you very much. I have to say, when I received this honor, I felt very proud, and it felt humbling. It has changed since then. I've realized how empowering it is, and how much emptiness there was left in my tank, and it filled up with all those thoughts of empathy and hope and compassion, faith, but mostly love. And I talk about it in my world a lot. It's not really the word. It's the verb, and the Red Cross brings all of those and changes them from dreams to visions to actually reality. So thank you so much for accepting me into your family.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tom Jackson. I'm thrilled to recognize Alberta's other recipient for this year's Order of Red Cross, Cross's class of 2023, Chief Charles Weaselhead. I say to my children and friends often that you can't be what you cannot see. And so it is amazing for me to be able to share with the group 2 Indigenous leaders who many youth will be able to learn from. Chief Charles Weaselhead, the Tsigiboyi, is known as a true community builder with an admirable commitment to health, humanity, well-being, compassion, healing, and most importantly, collaboration. He has a vision to create a model for engagement between Red Cross and Indigenous nations that prioritizes building on community strengths and creating lasting change and resilience in Indigenous communities. I am very pleased to be here today to congratulate you, Chief Charles Weaselhead. Over to you, Miranda.
Thank you. And on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. Chief Charles, would you like to say a few words?
Yes. Thank you, Miranda. Okay. First of all, I want to congratulate all of my fellow recipients who have received the Order of Red Cross. And I'd like to also acknowledge my nominator, Jen McManus, for this wonderful award I've received. You know, over the years, my nation, the Blood Tribe, Kainai Nation, and Red Cross has worked diligently in collaboration and in the spirit of hope to provide a safe environment for our community. Our model has certainly taken off in many, many directions, as other First Nations have asked to view, you know, this model that we have created in working with Red Cross. I have learned a tremendous education process by working with Red Cross, and I'm certainly very, very happy that the work continues, you know. So with that, once again, I want to thank each and every one of you that have been a part of this journey for me. It's a wonderful occasion for me. I'm going to treasure it all my life, and I am truly very blessed with this award. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Chief Charles. We now head over to Ontario. I'll welcome back my colleague, Leanne Fernandez, to recognize our next recipient, David Burnside. Over to you, Leanne.
Thank you so much, Jose. And it's my pleasure to introduce you to David. Dave began with the Health Equipment Loans Program by greeting customers and maintaining equipment. He then used his technical expertise to build a database for the program, which led to his involvement with the Emergency Management Information System, affectionately known by all of us as EMIS. Dave became a systems lead for most responses in Ontario since the implementation of EMIS. He never leaves loose ends and always goes the extra mile. On behalf of your colleagues and those you serve, and we serve, thank you, David, for your dedication. Miranda?
And David, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. We appreciate your contributions.
I'm now happy to present our next recipient from Ontario, Fraser McIsaac. Fraser first became involved with the HELP program before joining the Personal Disaster Assistance Team. He's involved in all aspects of PDA, consistently committing more than 1,000 hours per year to the program. Fraser also leads the PDA logistics team, ensuring his colleagues always have the supplies they need. Fraser steps up to help whenever asked and is also often involved with the annual Walmart campaign. Thank you, Fraser, and congratulations.
And Fraser, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. Thank you for your service.
The next recipient from Ontario is Roger Mayo. Roger began his time with the Red Cross in the 1980s as a water safety leader and became very involved in first aid community in Ontario. Specializing in first responder programs, Roger has participated in the development and training of many first responders and instructors. His approach to coaching and mentoring has enhanced by his ability to actively listen, empathize, and encourage and engage with others. Thank you, Roger, for all your contributions.
Roger, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. I'll invite you to say a few words now.
Thank you. I'm so honored to receive this service award. And at a young age in elementary school, I also joined the Canadian Junior Red Cross, as you can see here with my nice little pin. And on that certificate, it states that I believe in service for others, for my country and my community. This certificate instilled in me the goal to become a volunteer of Red Cross. I am so honored to have been doing this for the past 4 years. I would also like to thank the wonderful team at Prevention and Safety. You are my CRC family. I've also had the pleasure of working with you, and I would also like to thank my family for giving me the time to volunteer for this wonderful organization. And in closing, congratulations to all our members and officers on their service award today. Thank you.
Michael Nemeth is the next volunteer we'd like to recognize today. Michael has improved the health and wellness of Canadians and others across the movement through his work as a first aid instructor trainer. He is exceptionally skilled at translating complex clinical and public health evidence into practical and accessible learning interventions. Recently, Michael has led a national workforce of volunteers focused on professional standards and quality assurance. His efforts have not only protected the organization's reputation, but also helped to evolve our thinking around reducing risk. Michael, thank you for your contributions and congratulations.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you, Michael, and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross.
And I'm happy to continue at this time to introduce our region's next Order of the Red Cross recipient, Kathy Sampson. For more than 35 years, Kathy's volunteer work with the Red Cross has helped generations of Canadians lead safe lives. Kathy was part of the first cohort of National First Aid Program Master Instructor Trainers and has been an invaluable source of support to new and long-standing Master Instructor Trainers. Congratulations, Kathy, and thank you so very much for your many contributions.
Kathy, on behalf of the board of directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. Would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you so much. It's humbling, and I'm blessed because I do really consider Red Cross my family. I started in water safety in 1985, and from there it's just gone on to great opportunities, including joining GFAR Global First Aid Reference Center and going to Romania to facilitate a train the trainer course this past year. So it has been a humbling experience. It's been an awesome experience, and I welcome it anytime. And I want to congratulate everybody that also got this award, because I never in my wisdom thought I would get to see this right now. So thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, and congratulations again. Ça me fait beaucoup de plaisir aujourd'hui d'inviter maintenant Pascal Mathieu, vice-président pour le Québec, à prendre la parole pour nous présenter notre prochain récipiendaire.
Oui, notre prochain récipiendaire est Denis Lessard. Et je dois dire d'emblée, Denis est le chef d'équipe en intervention de la Croix-Rouge dans le service des urgences à Québec, donc tout dans la région où j'habite. Alors, au fil des ans, Denis est devenu aussi un ami personnel. Alors, avant de parler de toutes ses qualités de bénévole à la Croix-Rouge, je dois absolument mentionner l'admiration que j'ai aussi pour l'aventurier qu'est Denis. Denis, avec quelques amis, organise chaque année des expéditions de canot dans des endroits formidables. Je suis moi-même amateur de nature, mais j'admire le courage, l'initiative de Denis d'aller dans des endroits impossibles pour explorer nos territoires. Au-delà de ça, Denis est aussi, on parle de sa qualité humaine, un leader exemplaire. À travers toutes nos équipes à la Croix-Rouge, souvent la qualité de nos équipes dépend directement de la qualité du leadership bénévole. Et je dois souligner les efforts que Denis fait pour intégrer les nouveaux membres à son équipe, pour entourer, coacher l'équipe, leur permettre de se développer, leur donner de l'espace pour qu'ils se développent. D'ailleurs, leur apprendre aussi à gérer le chaos. Denis en parle souvent, vous savez, ceux d'entre vous qui font de l'intervention, il existe parfois des périodes difficiles en début d'intervention où le chaos s'installe. Et comme bénévole en gestion des urgences à la Croix-Rouge, c'est important de savoir gérer ça. Denis sait à la fois gérer le chaos et l'attente comme un expert, mais il a su aussi faire cet apprentissage-là pour les membres de son équipe. Une anecdote que Denis donnait il y a quelques semaines lui-même, lorsqu'on lui a remis à Québec sa décoration en personne, j'ai trouvé que l'anecdote était typique de Denis. Il disait, le moment qu'il aime le plus comme bénévole, c'est de donner un toutou à un enfant sinistré. Mais il dit, selon les dires de Denis, il ne le fait plus. Maintenant, quand il a la chance, il prend le toutou, le donne à un jeune nouveau bénévole et dit, tu vois le jeune là-bas, rappelle-toi comment on fait, va lui donner le toutou. Pour qu'eux aussi puissent profiter de ce petit moment de grandes connexions, de grandes reconnaissances dans le cadre de notre réponse au sinistre. Denis incarne les valeurs et les principes de la Croix-Rouge. Il est connu pour sa polyvalence, sa disponibilité et sa flexibilité. Il a su mettre sa très grande énergie, en fait son énergie débordante au service de la Croix-Rouge et des personnes que nous aidons. À cet effet-là, j'ai aussi une autre anecdote. C'est le niveau de reconnaissance que Denis a obtenu de nos partenaires dans sa région. C'est à tel point que lors d'une mesure d'urgence, il n'y a pas si longtemps, à l'extérieur de la région, on a eu un appel de la directrice du service de mesures d'urgence de la Ville de Québec qui nous a dit, écoutez, j'ai appris que vous avez envoyé Denis en déploiement, on pourrait avoir besoin de lui, est-ce qu'on va être correct? Et nous de le rassurer, de dire, soyez certaine, Denis, c'est un leader qui a préparé son équipe avant de partir. Faites-vous-en pas. Deuxième anecdote, j'étais moi-même à Baie-Saint-Paul au début de l'été pour des inondations violentes. Et la communauté était un peu désorganisée et en difficulté. On avait déployé nos équipes BIS, de bien-être, environnement sécuritaire, pour offrir du soutien psychologique. Et je vous dis, on parlait de cas de chaos. Il y avait un cas où les services avec la ville étaient un peu désorganisés, un certain niveau de chaos. Et la responsable locale des services psychosociaux, qui, elle, est arrivée de Québec, m'a dit « Ah, ça va bien aller, j'ai l'équipe à Denis ici. » Alors, c'était, dans ce cas-ci, la crédibilité de Denis s'étendait à toute son équipe. Alors, c'est des exemples D'ailleurs, lorsqu'on a organisé au mois d'octobre la cérémonie pour lui remettre en personne, la Ville de Québec s'est empressée de nous prêter des locaux gratuits et plusieurs membres de l'équipe d'urgence de Québec ont choisi d'être sur place pour la cérémonie avec nos bénévoles. Alors donc, c'est pour dire, je pense au-delà de la reconnaissance que nous lui donnons, la reconnaissance par les membres de son équipe, puis par les partenaires gouvernementaux avec qui on aide les sinistrés, donne un immense profil à la qualité du travail de Denis. Alors, bravo Denis, merci pour tout.
Et bravo Denis, merci beaucoup. Au nom du conseil d'administration et de la direction de la Croix-Rouge canadienne, ainsi que de tous ceux que vous avez aidés, je vous prie d'accepter nos plus chaleureux remerciements. Félicitations.
Félicitations, Denis. We head over now to beautiful Newfoundland and Labrador to recognize 3 volunteers. Hansel Langile, our Senior Manager, Emergency Management from Atlantic Operation, is here today to introduce them to us, starting with Bernice Paul. Over to you, Hansel.
Thank you very much, Jose, and I'm joining you from Nova Scotia, traditional and unceded land of the Mi'kmaq people. I've had the pleasure of working with these volunteers that I'm about to introduce to you, and each of them contribute in their own unique ways to our programming. For 45 years, Bernice has provided exemplary dedication and leadership to a wide variety of roles at the Red Cross. She has supported many large-scale emergency responses, filling whatever gaps are required. Whether serving in formal or informal leadership roles, Bernice continues to lead and support Red Cross personnel through decades of change. Bernice, on behalf of your colleagues in Newfoundland and Labrador, thank you for your contributions to the Canadian Red Cross.
And on behalf of the many, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you, Bernice. Congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. Bernice, would you like to say a few words?
Sure, thank you. It's been an honor and a privilege to be part of the Red Cross all these years. I wouldn't have thought when I joined all those years ago that I would still be a part of this organization. But I joined for a particular reason. And when I was 10 years old, I watched my brother and sister drown. They fell through the ice. And at the time, my mom was pregnant, and she had a rare blood type, and her baby didn't survive. And I had 3 brothers who were born after that, and they were all totally transfused when they were born. So I joined because I wanted to be part of an organization that could help in both of those programs. And from there, I went on to do just about every program that Red Cross offered over the years, and went to emergency management in 1998, where I still do PDA and ERT responses, and to be able to travel Canada and US and help people made all of my time there worthwhile. Again, thank you for this award. I'm so honored, we'll treasure it. And congratulations to all the award winners this year. Well deserved by all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bernice. I'm happy to continue at this time to introduce Newfoundland and Labrador's next Order of the Red Cross recipient, Mr. Robert Tipple. Robert willingly shares of his skills and expertise in many areas of the organization and has risen above and beyond when needed to help others. He has contributed countless hours to facilities maintenance and occupational health and safety initiatives in the St. John's office. He's logged hundreds of hours in emergency management in terms of both readiness activities and in responses, and single-handedly kept our emergency response vehicle roadworthy and safe. Robert, on behalf of your colleagues and those we serve, thank you for your contributions to the Red Cross today.
And Robert, on behalf of the board of directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. Would you like to say a few words?
Thanks very much. Well, like all of us, we usually don't like to make it about ourselves, but I'll use this opportunity in another way. The honor of receiving the Order of Red Cross is symbolic to me of two aspects of being a Red Crosser. One is the other volunteers and staff who I've worked with over the years, locally, provincially, and to some extent nationally. And some are no longer with Red Cross, and others have left this world, actually. But I enjoyed great teamwork with them all, and I feel a better person because of working with them. The other aspect of my Red Cross life, if I can put it that way, includes those clients for whom I directly or indirectly may have made a difference during some of the worst days of their lives. Being a small part of Red Cross, especially with my fellow recipients today, I feel like I've just done a small part compared to some. But being a small part of Red Cross will remain with me forever. And so I sincerely appreciate the honor of being named a member of the Order of Red Cross, and I accept it humbly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robert. Although he could not join us today for this celebration, I'm happy to continue at this time to introduce Dana Linfield as a 2003 Order of the Red Cross recipient. In his capacity as an emergency response team leader and a personal disaster assistance team supervisor, Dana has participated in his responses in his home province, across Atlantic Canada, across North America, and in Manitoba, and also in Haiti. Dana assists greatly with volunteer onboarding and has played a leadership role with the Restoring Family Links program. It is with great gratitude that we recognize Dana's contributions to the Red Cross today. I'm honored to recognize you on behalf of your colleagues at the Canadian Red Cross.
Thank you, Ansel. Congratulations to all the 2023 members of the Order of the Red Cross recipients. We are happy today to be able to recognize two volunteers who were previously conferred to the officer level of the Order of the Red Cross. I will now hand it over again to Leanne Fernandez to introduce us to those two volunteers from Ontario. Leanne?
Thank you so much, Denny. I'm pleased to introduce you now to Brenda McCarroll. For 25 years, Brenda's passion for emergency management and fund development have made a difference within her own community of Peterborough and communities across North America. She has been involved in 48 responses within Canada and the United States. Brenda has also been known to dye her hair red in support of the annual Walmart campaign. Now that's dedication. I think we got a little picture of that in her profile there. I'm so pleased to be here today to recognize you, Brenda.
And thank you, Brenda. That must be a sight to see. On behalf of the board of directors and the many people you've helped through your work with the Canadian Red Cross, thank you and congratulations on your Order of Red Cross. I invite you to say a few words now.
Thank you so much, Brenda. And congratulations again. Although she could not join us today for this celebration, I'm happy to continue at this time to introduce Lori Barnhart as a 2023 Order of the Red Cross recipient at the officer level. For almost 30 years, Lori has been a Red Cross volunteer and has helped to enhance the experience of other volunteers through her work with various volunteer committees and events. Lori provided immense support and leadership for conference award banquets, often serving as an engaging MC for the events. She served the organization at various levels, from advisory to operations, and always with enthusiasm, dedication, and good humor. I think those of us who know her well can hear her laughing right now. The Canadian Red Cross is grateful for her contributions, and I'm honored to recognize Lori today on behalf of the Canadian Red Cross colleagues. Congratulations, Lori.
Thank you, Leanne. Nous voilà déjà à la fin de cette cérémonie touchante. Congratulations again to all of our 2023 recipients. Thank you to Conrad, Miranda, Anne, and all the vice presidents of the different provinces today who spoke. I would like also to thank the event committee, Kathy, Colleen, Maggie, David, and my co-host, Jose, who have all made this event possible. And also, on behalf of the National Awards Committee, I would also like to send a special thank to all the colleagues who invested time and energy to promote the contributions of this year's ORC recipients. The number of Order of the Red Cross member level is now at 359. The officer level number is 52, and the number of companion level is 18. We thank all of them for their contribution and the impact they have made and continue to make in communities across Canada and worldwide. Au nom du personnel et du conseil d'administration de la Croix-Rouge canadienne, nous vous remercions de votre présence aujourd'hui pour reconnaître ces bénévoles exceptionnels. Thank you again for joining us for this ceremony and recognizing these exceptional volunteers. Please enjoy the rest of your day.